Jones is a loose cannon, sir. Fetch the chest. And the governor, he's been asking questions about the heart. Does he know? Then perhaps his usefulness has run its course. But enough about the Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End monologue between Beckett and Mr. Mercer. It's time to get started with One Piece. I've been awaiting today, and I'm looking forward to next week, because we're not going on break, and we're getting one more chapter before Oda goes on his month-long sabbatical, so he can relax and fine-tune the final arc. And, oh boy, let's just enjoy these chapters as we have them. But enough about that. Wow, and all of a sudden, the quality of my video just went down. How dare you do that? How dare the frame rate go down? And I did not command you to do so. How dare you? Good to see everyone. Ogata-san, Kohagen, and Neil Johnson. Let's go and get started. Let's get the formalities out of the way. Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. In the last chapter, it saw Momonosuke fully revealing himself to everyone, proclaiming that the world of Wano, well, the land of Wano is not, going to be this barren wasteland anymore. We're going to make it into a true paradise. We saw him in his human form, and it showed him assuming the throne. It showed him walking up the stairs to his throne to become the new shogunate of Wano. So now we get to see what happens after that. Chapter 1052, A New Morning. And here we have Germa 66's An Emotionless Excursion, Volume 14, The Scientist Who Failed to Escape. And as we see Reiju and Ichiji walking out with Niji right behind them, like you can see his little swept up hair pompadour a little bit. You see him in the distance. Caesar is watching them leave the destroyed lab. So I wonder if Caesar's going to try and use Germa causing all this trouble in Whole Cake Island as a means to get out of Totland, out of Whole Cake Island, and escape. But it says the scientist who failed to escape. So I can't tell if he tried to escape before they came or he's trying to escape with them now. So it makes me wonder what's going to happen with Caesar now. But chapter 1052, A New Morning. And where are we? The sacred holy land of Marijois. The CP0 dude is there. The Gorosei are about to find out. Let's go! Woo! This is how you start a chapter right now. We start right where the Gorosei are. Sacred Marijois. And we have one of the elders saying, "So Nika has finally descended upon the world, and 2 of the 4 emperors defeated in the same battle. This is not a matter we can cover up. The information will be all over the globe soon enough, and the timing couldn't be worse. So, how do we respond?" And then the seas near Wano, and then we have one of the Gorosei talking to the ships that are out there saying, "You said that Zo is gone?" And they're saying, "Yes, sir, it just slipped away into the mist. So what was it doing?" And then the other elder, the bald one with the sword, says, "Then they are not opening up the country. Wano will remain an impregnable fortress, it seems." Ha ha! You can't get into Wano! They must have changed tactics in response to the situation. Someone over there is very shrewd. Now there is no means of sending in a major force to occupy the nation. But you will at least bring back Nico Robin, yes? And then it cuts to the last CP0 member saying, "Without fail!" And then the Den goes, "Galek?" Like, one of them just said, "You will at least bring back Nico Robin, yes?" And then the remaining CP0 member kind of looks like he's sweating a little bit and says, "Without fail." And then the girls say, click off. And then we have another one going, CP0, CP0! CP0, CP0, the signal's being jammed. Hang on, you guys. And then apparently someone is trying to call in to this call. They're trying to call in to the CP0 guy. Hang on, you guys. Shh. Who are you? Just wait where you are. Shh. Shh. I'll be right there. Shh. Then we go to the land of Wano, freed at last from 20 years of tyranny. Reveled in the victory of the Kozuki clan. And then inside of Onigashima Castle, we have Drake and Basil Hawkins. We have Drake and Basil Hawkins. We haven't seen Hawkins ever since Killer took him down. And he's in there. And then Drake is slightly conscious with Basil going, Drake, you're a Navy man. And then Drake says, I'm not answering that. That's what you came here to ask? And then Hawkins just plops down on the pillar right next to Drake, because Drake is just on his back, just down. They're both dog-tired. And then Drake goes, you look like a total wreck. I thought your divination said you'd be fine, as long as you didn't betray Kaido. And then Hawkins goes, I sank to working for Kaido because I sensed death in the presence of that monster. But Kid and Killer faced death bravely and continued their resistance. Even if I had foreseen their victory, how could I possibly turn back and suck up to Kid again? And then Drake just thinks back to when Hawkins was trying to get together the probability of someone surviving way back when. If you're going to betray them, now's the time. What does that represent? The chances of a certain man surviving until tomorrow. 1% sucks to be him. And then Drake says, so that certain man you were talking about was. And then Hawkins goes, me. And then it looks like Hawkins just falls over. A 1% chance of Hawkins himself surviving until tomorrow. So, does this mean that Hawkins is dead? Does that mean that Hawkins is dead? Like he didn't meet that 1% necessary for him to survive. And then we cut to the 7th day since the conclusion. Wow, we're cutting ahead into the future. We're cutting a full week. Full week after all this has been said and done. 7th day since the conclusion, Flower Capital. Don't take the festival decorations down. Lord Momono, the Shogun has decreed that we'll have another festival. And then we cut to the classrooms that no longer has the gifters and the snake lady who was teaching the children when we first got to Wano. When we first got to Wano, we saw this snake neck teacher that was in with Black Maria teaching these children the wrong history of Wano. Now, we're cutting back to that classroom, but the teacher's been replaced, with the kids going, did Miss Sadahebi go away? How come? I'm sorry, kids, but you need a re-education about the history behind our heroes. Ah, boo! They've been brainwashed to think about Orochi as a savior of Wano. But the new teacher says, we start with the most astonishing lad. This lesson will cover the story of Kozuki Oden. And then another person in the town of Wano says, I can hardly believe it. Komurasaki, the most beautiful woman in all of Wano, was Lord Oden's daughter all along. It was Kawamatsu the Kappa who rescued her from the burning castle. What a beautiful what a beautiful tale of loyalty. And then it shows children and everyone in Ebisu town drinking fresh water. One samurai disguised himself as a yakuza named Kiyoshiro and secretly protected her from harm. He was one of the Akazaya 9, Sir Denjiro. Then we go to Paradise Farm. No longer just some random place. It's now called Paradise Farm. Do you know about the man who beat Kaido? I heard he's a warrior by the name of Joy Boy, right? Wow. Wow, the name of Joy Boy is going to be permeating throughout all of Wano! But apparently, he's already left the country. What? The Straw Hats are gone? The Straw Hats are gone already? Wait, no, they can't be gone already. Are they gone? Have the Straw Hats already left Wano? Huh? What? I heard he's a warrior by the name of Joy Boy, right? But apparently he already left the country. Oh, I wish I could have seen him. A hero rivaled only by the god of the blade. Wow, they are comparing Luffy to Ryuma. Then we cut to the Eternal Graves in Ringo. And then we have someone talking up on this hill going, build a temple? Indeed. Up on a hill with a view of the flower capital, just like this shrine to Ryuma, god of the blade. It's Kawamatsu and Kinemon. Only this one will honor Lord Odin. And surrounding him all the daimyo who fought for the country, starting with Lord Yasuie. Plus, we lost Izo. Okay, this chapter confirms it. We lost Izo. We really lost Izo. Because it shows the sword of Ashura Doji and the 2 pistols of Izo. We lost both of them. Well, whoever thought that someone's going to die during this, someone's going to die during the raid, or at least someone has to die, we got 2. We got Ashura Doji and Izo, people of significance, mind you. I don't care about Orochi. And surrounding him, all the daimyo who fought for the country, starting with Lord Yasuie. And this is Kinemon saying this, plus Ashura and Izo. And then Onimaru comes up. Ka-pa-pa-pa. I suppose we'll go in here someday too, Onimaru. Little scamp, glad you're alive. And then Kinemon starts speaking to Marco, going, does that work for you, Sir Marco? Of course, best to be buried in one's native soil. And here I am, still kicking for some reason. And Kawamatsu says, we have our own qualms too. And Kinemon says, it is difficult to bear the thought of something happening to the heroes of the battle while the rest of us live. Let us pray for their recovery. And then we have someone sitting on the roof of Kozuki Castle, and it's Yamato. I'm so hungry. I mean, not hungry. And then someone says, Big brother. Yamato! Luffy, Taro, and Zorojiro have awakened. Luffy, they're still there. Luffy and Zoro have waken up. Luffy, Taro, and Zorojiro have awakened! And this is where we see Hiyori delivering. Who was it that said that Hiyori needs to dropkick Momonosuke? Because she does it right here as she says, Luffy, Taro, and Zorojiro have awakened! And she just drop kicks him. And then Momonosuke goes, bleh! She's still not over her tomboyish side. Doesn't hurt, though. Then we have Luffy and Zoro, who are fully conscious as Luffy screams out, meat! And Zoro screams out, booze! And then everyone's cheering. Momonosuke's cheering. And wow, Momonosuke is tall! He's like the size of his dad! Hiyori was already like a kind of a tall individual, but Momonosuke is the same size as Yamato, and Yamato's already a tall woman. But Momonosuke goes, Luffy, Zoro, you're awake! More meat right away! And then we have everyone, the entire Straw Hat crew, and Miyagi's in there, Chopper's in there, Tristan's in there, we got Toko, we got Tama, we got everyone. We got everyone in there. Everyone is just chilling. Nekomamushi's in there. More meat right away. What a great day. More. Luffy, you're up. And then Momonosuke says, Luffy, Zoro, don't eat too much. Now that you're up, the entire country is going to hold a feast. let's do it today. And then Luffy and Zorro are looking at Momonosuke because they're just now realizing that Momonosuke is an adult now. And they're looking at him like, who the heck is this guy? And then he says, it's me, Momonosuke. What? Oh, so you're an adult now. You look pretty buff, kid. Is that Odin's blood? Let's see how well you take a punch. Don't! Then we cut to Momonosuke, and he jumps onto Nami, completely forgetting that he's no longer a kid anymore as he goes, no, stop, they're picking on me, save me, Onami! And since he's a full-grown man, he can't grope her as he did as a child and revel in it, because she punches him away, saying, knock it off! And he gets punched away, and then Momonosuke goes, but I'm only 8! Doesn't hurt, though. Oh, and then Nami says, oh, that's right. And Luffy goes, yeah, he's tougher now. And then and remember back when Momonosuke was reveling in the fact that his body was that of an 8-year-old, and he was able to just nuzzle up to Nami, and to the great frustration of Brook and Sanji, now they get to see him getting punched in the face because those advances don't work anymore, and they're laughing. Welcome to the adult world, Momo. Your special privileges are a thing of the past. Yo! Then we cut to Yamato as she kneels right next to Momonosuke, saying, he's a kid on the inside and Odin on the outside. And then she puts a tray on top of his head, making him kind of look like his dad. Stop putting a tray on my head every time you see me. You've got a very sturdy body. Be grateful to your parents. You'll be the greatest samurai in the nation one day, I'm sure. And then Momonosuke is like sweating, but he goes, well, I'll try. Then we go to Nami, who says, Yamato, let's take that bath before the festival. Your prayer is over, right? Prayer? And then Luffy says prayer, and then Jinbei goes, in Wano, when you pray to the gods for something, it's customary to deprive yourself until it comes true. And then Yamato goes, I didn't have any food or baths until you two were better again. And it shows Yamato finally eating, because apparently she was restraining herself from eating until both Luffy and Zorro woke up. I didn't have any food or baths until you two were better again. And then Luffy goes, wow, really? Thanks to you, I'm feeling great now, Yamao. And then Jinbei goes, what a nice person. And then Zorro goes, we're not that filthy, though. And then Hiyori is right behind Zorro going, that's because I took it upon myself to cleanse you. Is that exciting for you? Oh, and Sanji is seething. He is on fire like hell memories. He's on fire going, Mosshead, we need to have a talk. Then it goes back to Zorro thinking back to when Sanji says, after the finisher, if I'm not in my right mind, I want you to kill me. And then Zorro goes, oh yeah, that's right. I've come back from the depths of hell to kill you! And it shows Zorro and Sanji clashing in the background while Yamato, Kiku, and Nami are talking with Sanji going, Zorro goes, I've come back from the depths of hell to kill you! And then Sanji goes, no, I'm good, we're already resolved that! And then Yamato goes, sorry, Nami, there's no mixed bathing in the castle. And then Kiku says, do you mind if this one joins you? And then it shows a rock bath inside the castle. It's a fancy bath! Oh, wow, it is mixed bathing. And it shows the men's bath, but oddly enough, it's in the men's bath, and we have Zorro, we have Chopper, we have Luffy, Nekomamushi, we have Sanji flying in the background, Brook, Jinbei, Momonosuke, and surprisingly, Yamato's in there too. It feels great, and there's a feast when we're done. This is the best. And then Sanji and Brook goes, am I dreaming? And then Momonosuke, seeing Yamato in there with them, goes, Yamato, what are you? Then we cut to the women's bath. And Komachiyo's in there, Shinobu, Lady Speed, Carrot. Everyone's this is the bath scene. This is the bath scene. With Nami going, I can hear them yelling from here. And then it has Tama, who's admiring Nami. Let me say that much. Admiring Nami with her saying, "I hope I grow up to be this bewitching." And then Robin goes, "In the past, we would all bathe together." Well, actually, that's Kiku going. "In the past, we would all bathe together with Lord Odin, though this one felt ashamed being with the men." And then it cuts to Hiyori going, "You're just as I remember you, Okiku, only I'm older than you now." And then it has Toko just enjoying the bath as well. Then it cuts to the people outside as they're screaming, "The feast is going to be today! It's time once again to celebrate the return of the Kozuki clan! Tell each of the provinces!" And we cut to Tokage Port because the only people who are missing from this is Usopp and Frankie. Because Frankie's going, "Phew, back in shape at last." Yeah, they should be good to sail. So the Polar Tang is good, Kid's ship has been fixed, and the Sunny is fixed as well. And then Frankie goes, "And General Frankie's back to normal too." And then, because Frankie has a brand new super wavy hairstyle, Beppo's admiring it like, "That thing is so cool." Actually, I think it's not just Beppo who's admiring this. I think all the rest of Law and Kid's crew are kind of admiring it as well because they're looking on. Because they're not looking on with "I can't believe you're excited for that." But with Beppo and Killer there, they're all like, maybe this is a cool hairstyle. I don't know. I can't really tell. But now we cut to this. Now we cut to Kid going, "Don't get all buddy-buddy with them." And then he says, "Stay on your guard until we're able to leave." And then, I guess this is Killer going, "Somehow, somewhere, the intel will leak, and the papers will hear about it. They'll be after us as replacements for the 4 emperors." And then everyone's gulping because they now realize what has just happened. They just defeated one of the Kid says they just defeated one of the Yonkos, so they're going to be after him. And then it cuts to Law going, "He's right. They can't see us from outside of the closed nation, but we can't see what the enemy's doing either." And then the crew is going, Beppo's going, "What if we find out that all of their bounties are astronomical numbers like we've never seen before?" And then it cuts to Scratchman. And he says, "Apu! And a number? That's right. Who can say how this information leaked out, but stop acting like it was you, you annoying bum," goes Kid. And then Pooh goes, "I'm sure you're curious about the new bounty numbers. I want to see them." So, the bounties have been leaked. It's all here. And then Kid is looking down at it, and Pooh says, "All of your bounties, and the names they're calling the new emperors of the sea." Wow, what? So much information. I'm trying to contain my excitement. They've already proclaimed who's going to be the new Yonkos now. After the defeat of Big Mom and Kaido, and the new bounties. And then we have someone flying in the air. And then a person is saying, "I asked you where you are right now." Oh. Yo! Ah! It's a Kainu. It's a Kainu. It's a Kainu. And he says, "I asked you where you are right now." And then we cut to this person says, "I already told you, Sakazuki, I'm in the air." "In the air? Where?" "Oh, I can see Wano up ahead." "Don't you dare make things any worse. Got that, Ryukugiyu?" I know, jeez. Ryukugiyu is coming. Ryukugiyu is coming to Wano. And that's the end of the chapter. Yo. Ryukugiyu. Ryukugiyu is coming. And the thing about it is, He's flying with like this flower coming out of the back of his back, like it's a propeller of some kind. Does this man have a plant devil fruit? He's flying to Wano using a big giant flower on his back like a propeller. Does he have a plant devil fruit? And that's the end of the chapter. Do you think the smiles may have been cured? Chopper would need to look into that to see if it's possible to cure people from the side effects of smiles. That's the end of the chapter. And we're not going on break, so we're getting one more major. The next one has got to be major. The next one has got to be major if we're going on a month hiatus afterwards. Next week is going to be the last chapter we get of One Piece for a full month. So let's just go over everything that's happened. Luffy and Zorro have woken up. The Gorosei have found out that not only have two Yonko have been beaten, but Nika has awakened with the Hito no Mi. And Zo is gone. Zunisha is gone. And the borders of Wano are not open, so the world government won't be able to get in and take over like they wanted to. Then Luffy and Zorro wake up. We find out officially that we lost Ashura Doji and Izo. The city of Wano, the entire country of Wano is reveling in the fact that they get to have festivals almost every day. And they get to celebrate that their country is now freed of the tyranny of Orochi and Kaido. And everyone is just taking a sabbatical now. Everyone's just relaxing now. Hiyori dropkicks Momonosuke. Finally, I don't know who said it, but someone said Hiyori's probably going to dropkick Momonosuke. She does that in this chapter. Everyone gets to see Luffy and Zorro wake up. They each take baths. And they refresh themselves. Usopp and Frankie get to work on fixing the ships. The Polar Tang, the Sunny, and Kid's ship as well. I don't know the name of Kid's ship. I forgot what it was. General Frankie has been fixed as well. Then Apu apparently has the leaked newspaper of the new bounties of everyone and the ones that they're calling the new emperors of the sea. Not only that, but Ryukyu Giyu himself is heading to Wano. Are we finally about to meet the mysterious admiral that is regarded as a monster on par with Fujitora himself? This is gonna good. The most interesting parts of the chapter are what's not in it. Killer's laughter and Nico Robin. Killer's not laughing. Wait. Hold the phone. Hold the heck up. Hold the heck up. Women's bath. Nami, Tama, Kiku, Hiyori, Toko, Carrot, Speed, Shinobu. Robin's not there. Everyone is accounted for except for Robin. Where is Robin? We gotta, oh no, we gotta wait. Ryukyu Giyu's entrance is reminiscent of Chapter 303's Aokiji silhouette appearance. Okay, let's just go over everything. Let me see your comments. Let me acknowledge everyone. Anyone else doing a full read of Wano before the finale chapter comes out next week? Greetings and salutations, D-Train, Nakamas, and Captain. Good to see you as well, my fellow members of the Continuum. Might be interesting to binge read, starting on it as soon as you're done binging all the chapter reviews today. Why is ZKK the Denden Mushi sound effect? I don't know. That means the anime lied to us. Last chapter of Q's awesome Hawkins voice. Yeah. This might be the last time we hear the voice of Hawkins, because of apparently that 1% chance of him surviving was, I guess he didn't meet that 1% chance. R.I.P. Izo and Ashida, may you feast eternally in Valhalla. Oh, they're having a boiled pot of Odin right now with Odin right now, along with all the daimyos that stood against Kaido and Orochi. Overall, I'm glad the stakes are being raised going into the final saga. Perfect form dropkick, that's a sign of a good woman. Tomboy's rule used to be many truths, CJ. Ain't nothing wrong with a tomboy. Stinky Yamato, she's trying to get... Zorro being a total bro, trying to help out Sanji barely the minute after he woke up. Sanji needs a transfusion because he lost lots of blood, especially since Yamato's in there. It's not the hairstyle, it's General Frankie, but they have this... Are you sure it's not the hairstyle? Yamato is a woman. In case you missed something, Kiku is bathing with the women. I thought Killer and Beppo were admiring the General Frankie. I thought so too. Killer's not laughing. Here we go. Green Bull, he's a plant. Toko is laughing, but she's having fun. I'm Admiral Poppins, y'all. That's exactly what he's doing. He's flying with a propeller plant. Wonder if Ryukyu coming for Robin? Could be. Actually, you know what? That might have been him that was talking to CP0 earlier. Because if I go back to when they were talking... Yeah, that was him. That was him. When the Gorosei was saying, but you will at least bring back Nico Robin, yes? And then the last CP0 member says, without fail. And then it has apparently a Ryukyu chiming in saying, CP0, CP0, the signal's being jammed. Hang on, you guys. Who are you? Just wait where you are. I'll be right there. So that was Ryukyu coming in. That was him letting them know that, hey, I'm on my way to Wano right now. Then we have Drake and Hawkins talking to one another. And then Hawkins says, and then Drake says, so that certain man you were talking about was me, says Hawkins. And then it just shows him sliding down on this post with blood behind him. And then what looks to be his hair falling off in a panel by itself as if to signify that we lost Hawkins as well. Your theory is that Green Bull is Dragon's brother, and it will be that scene where... And it will that scene when Garp went to Water 7. I believe Robin is searching for the rope poneglyph. Ryukugyu's entrance... Oh, okay. Robin's probably searching for Denjiro, Raizo, and Inuarashi for the poneglyph. Helicopter plants and helicopter triceratops. So much I'm learning about the natural world. It's amazing, isn't it? And no more Tata privileges for you, Momo. You can't have them no more. Because you're a grown man, but I'm 8 years old. Not physically. Robin's probably at the Rio poneglyph. Probably. But that's an interesting theory, Danny Mondragon. Theory is that Green Bull is Dragon's brother. We'll have to see. That Sanji and Brook panel is the best because they're the only ones surprised to see Yamato in there with them. And they're the only ones who can't really respond naturally because of it. Momonosuke is surprised as well. He's all like, Yamato, what are you doing in here? But she's in the bath with the dudes. She's one of the fellas. She's not a fella, but she's one of the fellas. But this was a good chapter. Oh my goodness. We only have one more. One more before the big break. how do you end it by having the admiral that we haven't seen since Fujitora made his way to Marijois speaking in shadow with everyone and speaking to him, saying how he hasn't eaten in like years. So now I'm starting to think maybe I had a viewer who came up here and said that the powers of Ryukyu Gyu were like plant-based, and the reason why he was able to survive all these years was through photosynthesis. I wonder if he was actually right. I didn't try and believe it because it sounded too much like that fan-made chapter of One Piece that I read like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it was fan-made and it gave Ryukyu Gyu like plant powers. And I just thought it felt too much like the powers that the fan fiction gave him. But maybe that's actually where Oda is going. If he's got like a plant in his back, maybe he does have a plant devil fruit. I don't know. But a significant amount of time has passed because it's been 7 days since the conclusion of the last chapter that we got. And that's a full week for the rest of the world to try and find out some information about what happened in Wano, because how else would Morgans have learned about what happened and made new bounties and proclaim the new emperors, and then have those newspapers out already for Apu to present it to everyone and show the new bounties and show who's the new emperors of the sea now. Yamato, I'm Odin, Luffy's crew, but only after the bath. No, you're not. We see that with our own eyes. Look, Sanji lost blood again. Exactly. So now we just have to wait. We have to wait until next week. This was a really good chapter. Oh, I enjoyed it. It was a downtime chapter, but that acknowledgement that Ryukyu Gyu is heading to Wano right now. That's interesting. And Brook too, even though he doesn't have any blood. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But good chapter. I enjoyed it. I really did. But now we got to concern ourselves with an admiral. The only other admiral other than Kizaru and Fujitora making his way to Wano. Now, mind you, no one else is able to get into Wano, but since this man can apparently fly with helicopter flowers, I mean, it's going to be easy for him to get into Wano. But yeah, as you say, Ogata-san, the fact that Sakazuki is telling Ryukyu Gyu not to make things worse says a lot about the new admiral. If you have Fujitora saying, don't make things worse, then that must mean this dude must be a loose cannon. Is he a loose cannon? Is this dude a loose cannon? I see what's happening here. For some odd reason, Viz's site, whenever someone adds a new comment, it jumps right down to that new comment. So that explains why my page kept jumping down every few seconds. But when he's flying in, Akainu is going, I asked you where you are right now. I already told you, Sakazuki, I'm in the air. In the air? Where? Oh, I can see Wano up ahead. Don't you dare make things any worse. Got that Ryukyu Gyu? I know. Jeez. So that stands to reason that Ryukyu Gyu, do you think Sengoku had an easier time with his admirals than Akainu is having with his? Yes. Maybe he will fix Wano's wastelands. If he's able to affect not just plants that he can create, but also manipulate the plants across the ground, he could be an instant way for the crops to return to Wano. But at the same time, why is he there? If he does have a plant fruit, we have to wait and see it officially about what type of power he has. But people who have been reveling and thinking that he has a plant-based devil fruit are probably losing their minds over this chapter right now. I know one person who would always come up with these way off the wall crazy theories said something about him having a plant devil fruit, and I said, we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see. And it looks like he may have a plant devil fruit. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see where the story goes from here. We got one more chapter. One more chapter, and then it's like and Ryoku fought with Fujitora against the revolutionaries. Wonder what happened with that fight. Look, I believe Karma said it when I was making that video about how we are not ready for what's happening outside of Wano. Karma said it, and how the world already knows what's going on in Wano, and they're already dealing with that right now, but they are not prepared for the news from Wano. We have the people in Wano dealing what's happened in Wano right now, but they're not prepared for the news of the outside world. So there's like a parallels right there. Each opposing side is dealing with their own situations, but they're not ready for the news from either side to hit them. So as soon as we leave Wano, that's when we're going to get those big info dumps. But we are not going to, I don't think we're going to hit that in the next chapter. We got to deal with all this brand new information. We got to deal with all this brand new information. And when I get to the final chapter, I'm probably going to go back through the beginning of the entire Four Emperor Saga. Not just Wano, but the Four Emperor Saga that introduced all these courses of events. Like, I'm going to have streams where we're talking about each arc and then the entire saga as a whole. It's hard to believe we got one more chapter of One Piece before we go on the biggest break that Oda's been on since the time skip. Do you think the news leaked about CP0's involvement with Wano? I mean, the girls say said at the beginning that it's going to be hard for them to cover this up. He says that the matter of Big Mom and Kaido being defeated is not something that can just easily cover up and keep the status quo the way it was. They can't just do that anymore. Because he says, the one that has a scar, but also the long dreadlocks and the hat and the big beard, big mustaches, and the two of the four emperors defeated in the same battle. This is not a matter we can cover up. The information will be all over the globe soon enough, and the timing couldn't be worse. So how do we respond? And since the borders of Wano are not open, the world government can't try to send in a major force, because they intended to send in a major force to just take control of the entire country of Wano. But since the borders aren't open, they won't be able to do that. They must have changed tactics in response to the situation. Someone over there is very shrewd. Now there is no means of sending in a major force to occupy the nation. But they still want to get their hands on Nico Robin, who is unaccounted for right now, along with Reiju and Inuarashi. And then we got Ryukyu flying in as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if the news leaked about CP0's involvement with Wano, because knowing Morgans, when they had a government agent try and make Morgans print what they wanted to put, he pretty much beat the dude up saying, I'll print what I want, and I'll print what will bring in the best news. So what type of news would bring in the best news? How about leaking that CP0 was on Wano? Because that will definitely get people talking. So I wouldn't be surprised if Morgans kind of let that slip. But all I can really say is that the next chapter is going to be the biggest chapter of One Piece that we get, because that's going to be the last time we get One Piece for a full month. So whatever we get in the next chapter, we got to sit and marinate in it for a full month. So whatever we are going to get in this next chapter, it's got to be something that's going to have our minds occupied for a very long time. But overall, great chapter. I love a downtime chapter, especially for all the things that have happened in Wano, all the people we've lost, all the turmoil and everything. All I know is that Wano has been an amazing arc. And we're not even at the final chapter before the arc comes to a conclusion. If it does, in fact, end with this next chapter next week, since we're not going on break, it's like Wano has been a phenomenal arc. Oda delivered when he said that Wano was going to be bigger than Marineford. And it has. It introduced so many concepts, so many new things, so many new powers, so many new bits of information that now we get to piece together from the beginning of the series going through the entire series, and it's like, this was well done. And I enjoyed every single second of this arc. But we still got one more chapter to go before we can call Wano to a close. If Oda does in fact end the Wano arc in the next chapter. He might not, we don't know. We don't know Oda. I mean, there's so much that's going up in his brain right now that it'd be too presumptuous of me to think that we automatically know what direction Oda's going to go in. So we don't know. But I do know is that we better get ready for this last chapter because it's going to be a hot minute before we get another one. So much time spent in Wano. So many years spent in Wano. And now we're at a point where everything is all said and done. And the only thing that's left is to have a feast and for the Straw Hats to leave. Just like they did on Fishman Island. Because they had a massive feast then when Luffy beat Hody Jones and the Sea Kings kept Noah from crashing into Fishman Island. They had a big, massive feast after that. And Luffy did say that even though they got to Onigashima, they're going to wait until after everything's all said and done for them to have like a big feast. So now I think the next chapter might be that feast chapter. Can't wait to find out who the new emperors are, and we know Luffy is one of them. Could be Kid, Law, Weevil, or Buggy. Can't wait for the new chapter. See, that's the reason why I'm going to be even more careful being on the internet or looking at anything even remotely One Piece related, or I won't even look at the comments of videos that I watch related to One Piece, because I don't want to get spoiled on anything for this last chapter we are going to get. Straw Hat's about to sail off an island as a whole crew for the first time since Punk Hazard. Yeah, Jinbei's going to be with them now. It's going to be great. But we just got to wait and see where the chapters go from here. I don't want to keep you guys going any longer because I still got an episode of One Piece to react to. And then later on, me and the family are going to go see Jurassic World Dominion. I haven't heard any good reviews of the movie, so it's probably just going to be a good schlock film for me to look at. I mean, it's time with family, so I cherish that over anything else. So yeah, I'm going to see Jurassic World Dominion and see where things go. And that'll be it for today. Tomorrow, I may not do a stream because I want to go manga shopping tomorrow and dedicate time to getting some more manga, some new manga, actually. I want to start getting Fire Force. I want to start getting Fire Force and add that to my bookshelf. So I'll probably do a little manga shopping tomorrow. Hope Carrot stows away again, just like she did last time, and almost knocked Luffy out when he was eating one of her carrots. That'd be funny. But Kid and Law, yes, but Weevil or Buggy, I don't see that. It'd be a good joke. I mean, we need to find out the statuses of the former warlords before we go proclaiming that any one of them is an emperor or anything like that. It's an off-the-wall idea, but yeah, we have to see. So, that's all I got. I'll keep you guys posted if anything changes, should I decide to stream or not. I'll just keep you guys posted in Discord and the community tab as well. I'll keep you guys posted. They keep hyping this Weevil guy, and Oda might troll with Buggy as new emperor. We'll just have to see. We got one more chapter, ladies and gentlemen, of One Piece before the next big, massive break. And all I can say is that every chapter we've gotten right here, it progressed the story forward, and I'm glad that we got all these chapters for Wano. But that's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say. And I just want to say at the end of the day, I enjoy doing this. Every single day when I look at my channel and I see people enjoying themselves with what I do here, it's just an honor and a privilege to be your entertainer. It really does mean the world to me. And this is where my heart and passion truly lies. And I just want to say thank you, everyone, for helping support me as I continue to move into this full-time position. I say this all the time, but I'm going to keep saying it until it happens, and then I'm just going to revel in it when it does happen. So I just want to say thank you for all your support throughout all these years. A lot of you have been here since, like, almost around the time when I started this channel, and I just want to say I am honored to know each and every one of you. I enjoy doing these reactions. I enjoy doing voices for you guys so I can, make the story more immersive for you. But it's just great to do this. I find immense satisfaction and joy when I do this. But I just love it. You guys know I do. It goes without saying, but I just can't help but say how much I enjoy this. But at the end of the day, all I can say is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, and maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. We just gotta wait and see what these new bounties are gonna be. Ooh, wouldn't it be crazy if the new bounties is what we leave the break on?